All right, guys. So we're gonna react to the next one, which is five. How can women deserve less if they're made in God's image? Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on here.
Joshua Williams.
What's up, Josh? How are you?
Um, Decent. How about you?
Good, good, good. I
Good.
like your shirt.
Appreciate it. Wanted to ask you about your main selling point. Women deserve less.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit on the first couple chapters of the Bible, Genesis 1 through 5.
Yeah, if you could go through it
God.
quick, though, because we don't want to do a Bible study here, man. We got to keep it moving. But yeah, go ahead.
I personally believe that if we can, that the Bible is the center point of all life because it is God's divine word, and that the shirt only Jesus. When you focus on Jesus and you have Jesus centered on everything, not necessarily Jesus first, but Jesus centered, everything is going to change. Your whole life is going to change. Your whole ideology is going to change everything.
Oh
So
my
I want to
God.
focus on Jesus' creation, his perfect creation, when he created male and female. When you see all of his other creation, he says that he saw that the day and night he saw good, he saw it well. But when he talks about creation, man and female, he says it is very good. He takes it to another level that humankind, that his creation of man and woman is much different than the rest of his creation, and that they are created in God's image. So, being that they're both created in God's image, both man and female, how does
But where did the female came from? From the male rib. Like this is the egalitarianism of the modern Christianity. The fear of talking the truth. See, God doesn't like that. See, you want to miracle the waters, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get to it, guys. We're gonna get to it.
how do you say that women deserve less when they're both created in God's image?
Well, when I say that, I mean as in the man needs to be the leader, right? And the Bible obviously talks about this too, right? It goes God, man, then woman. My problem is when I say women deserve less, I mean as it's vague on purpose, right? Depending on the context that we're talking about here. But in this regard, when it comes to having a family, being married, etc., it means that the man needs to be the leader, right? Now, I think the problem is that a lot of guys go into relationships thinking that their woman is equal to them and they can split the check and all this other stuff. I'm a big proponent of the nuclear family. I don't think women should work. I think men should be bearing that burden. But the problem
This is
is
the
that
problem. Not only that, but I have a verse for you in Genesis. I have a verse for y'all in Genesis. Well, let Mario do
we
his
have this
thing.
egalitarian mindset
There we go.
where we're telling men to treat their women as equals, and that's just not how it goes. I'm a big proponent. If you have the authority, if you have the responsibility of taking care of her, you should also have the authority over her to tell her what to do.
It's okay.
Because let's be honest here, all the Abrahamic religions know that when you leave a woman to their own devices, they fuck up.
Yeah.
So now, talking about Abrahamic religions, we're going to focus on the Old Testament and how the Old Testament is based on the covenant with Moses and how that the law, the first 5 books of the Bible say that the man is to be the leader, which is
Yeah,
shown
and that's all I'm
in,
getting at when I say
which
that.
is shown in Romans. Romans says that, and I may be quoting wrong.
But
So
Roman isn't Roman. I mean, this guy's just going crazy.
forgive me if I am quoting wrong, but the New Testament says that the husband, the man, is supposed to love his family and his wife the same way that Jesus loved the church.
Good point, huh?
Yes, but see, we're kind of at the finish line right now. Before we get to that point, you need to identify the
Yep.
women that are even worthy of being a wife. And because I like what you're saying here, right? Like again, I believe in a nuclear family, and I think that as a man, it's your job to protect, provide, and provision. But the problem is that most women simply don't deserve that nowadays, right? A lot of girls are promiscuous, bad habits, don't respect male authority, but they want you to wife them up. And I'm telling guys, don't do that. you got to vet women out in the beginning very hard, because thanks to modernity and feminism, what's happened basically is like all the training wheels that society had to keep things in place and to keep things in check are gone. We used to have Christianity. We used to have shame. We used to have the church. We used to have strong knit communities. But now, that's all out the wayside. So
Yeah.
since we have removed these,
You're dealing with a different monster, my guy. You're dealing with a see. You're talking from the position of a virgin. You're not dealing with virgins anymore. You're dealing with a different monster. Actually, I have to go more and deep into this. You have to equip yourself with Christianity in a way that you have to even remove female nature from the equation until you really understand the Bible in itself. I would not even deal with women. If you want to do that Christian approach, you have to become the man that the God wants you to become first. It is not this lovey-dovey hippie kind of God. It's a different kind of monster. Think about it. If God called you today, he say, PJ, the time is coming. In 10 years, I want you to become this man. And this man has these attributes, right? If God tells you to focus on those attributes, would you focus on something else or focus on God's attributes? You will focus on those attributes that God wants in a man. But you have to play the Bible the same way, Christianity and religion the same way. But here you want to put females in an egalitarian mindset, which is not. The Christianity is a patriarchal religion. This is why Andrew Wilson, most of the time when he's debating, he gives these arguments outside the Christian purview. Although we understand Christianity is his foundation, he doesn't put it in the forefront because that's his ammunition. That's his morality. The kid over here is trying to bring the egalitarian mindset.
social training wheels, what's ended up happening is we have this deregulated sexual marketplace where a lot of women are just not worthy of being a wife. And I want guys to focus on, like, when you do identify the woman that's worthy of being your wife, then obviously you give her the world. I'm not saying not to give her everything, but she has to earn that. And that's the problem, is that we just think that girls should get things for having a vagina. And I'm here to say, like, no.
And I would say, to not necessarily add on, but just add on to my point, I say with women that may be deemed as not wife material, I personally feel that that's when you get down on your knees, you pray, and you say, Jesus, help these people. That
Yeah,
we don't.
that's all you can
It's
do.
just the same way that when Jesus died on the cross, he said, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, look, you could pray for them, but my thing is, let's be honest here, man. Jesus can't even save a lot of these hoes. What makes you think you're going to do it? So that's the reality.
Straight up.
I just feel like
You
I
feel.
never want to lose hope on humanity, because once
Look at the females over here just listening, guys. Just pay attention. Just pay attention. The females at the back are still there listening. There's a reason why. It's a reason why.
you lose hope in humanity, that's when things start going.
Pray for them, but what I'm saying is you
down.
don't have to invite that to your house to destroy your household. Pray for her, but like don't let her. Look, one of the worst things a man can do, and this is going to be taboo, but I'm going to say it. One of the worst things you could do is wife up a whore.
Worst mistake. Worst mistake, guys.
So, because wifing up promiscuous women will absolutely destroy your life
100%.
as a man. So my thing is, you could pray for them. Obviously, you wish well upon them, but that doesn't mean
That's
you
all.
need to invite her into your life where she's in a position where she could utterly destroy you.
Okay.
Especially with the way the family courts are run and the way that child custody works and alimony and everything else like that. Like, guys have to be very cautious and careful with who they marry. And they need to reserve it for the women that are worthy. Because, unfortunately, it's not 1955, it's 2025, and women have changed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot. For the worse.
Yeah. I think that just comes back to once you have your family, once you have the wife that God has set aside for you, that's when you lay down the law and you say, As for me,
I'm telling you, bro. Look at these females in the back. They're not going anywhere because they like a guy like Myrone. I'm telling you, this is weird, man. Attraction is weird, guys. Attraction, when you have attraction, you have another choice. They flap. They like to scream and all that stuff, but in the end, they respect him because he's, you know. Do you think they like this Christian guy? They're like they there for, because the Christian guy. They're not.
in my house, we will serve the Lord.
I agree.
Oh, yes,
I
yeah,
agree.
fine, yeah.
But you got to find the woman that's even worthy of taking that journey with. And what
Yep,
I'm saying
there
is
we go.
most don't qualify.
And then that's when I feel like you fall into that cycle that you pray. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, this guy has a girlfriend, and she's, I'm assuming, probably have an interesting past.
you don't necessarily agree with what they're doing.
Yeah.
You may not. Your soul, your flesh, you might not.
This guy's a simp.
You might not feel like you really that they deserve prayer. But when you are focused on God and you focus on Jesus, Jesus will lead you to pray for these people. And
Okay.
it may not change, but when you hold out hope and you pray, you change as a person and people around you see that.
Fair.
And they recognize that you're different.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Let me read something to you guys. Genesis 3:16 to the woman. I will surely multiply your pain in childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. They're not the same. He shall rule. Child. He shall rule over you, and that kind of responsibility is so big in the man because he has to protect you. In that statement alone, it's clear that God won a patriarchy. We're not the same. We're not here with the same responsibility. And this is the problem with the church. It's just coming from a position that men and females are the same. They're not the same. They're not the same. It's like trying to put a square inside a triangle. It's not going to work. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.